Hello. Welcome back to International Economics course. In this video lesson, I'll discuss what are the most important currencies. So if we look at just the proportion of daily trading volume, so here's a recent table I took from Wikipedia that indicates the proportions of daily volume in April 2019 and April 2022, and then also the relative changes. So we see that almost 90% of currency exchange transactions have the US dollar involve US dollar. So notice that these percentages don't sum to 100%, but 200%, because of course the US dollar may be even on the buying side or on the selling side. So there is always two currencies involved in every currency exchange transaction. The European euro is involved in about 30% of transactions. And then Japanese yen, British sterling, Chinese renminbi, and so on are following. So this indicates this very strong position and high importance of the US dollar in the market transactions. And notice that these shares of the currency in the transactions, they're only loosely related to the relative importance of the national economy in the global trade. So, for example, we know that China is the world's largest exporting country, but the Chinese currency renminbi is only in 2022 it was only involved in 7% of the transactions. So even very often, for example, Chinese exports or imports are denominated in US dollars, for example. So euro has taken its place and in the second most important currency, but its importance is not nearly that high as that of the US dollar. And then there exists some kind of so-called safe haven currencies, which include, for example, the British pound sterling, which has more importance than what the size of the Great Britain's economy would nowadays suggest. There are some historical reasons for that. Another such kind of safe haven currency is the Swiss franc, which is involved in about 5% of the market transactions, even though the Swiss economy is not that important in the world economy. Another way to look at the importance of currencies besides the market transactions is to consider how the central banks are, which kind of reserve currencies the central banks are holding. So here, the relatively similar picture emerges. So this pie chart indicates the importance of the US dollar as a reserve currency also for the central banks. The lighter blue share of the pie is for euro, and the third one is Chinese renminbi. So we have the same currencies, more or less what appeared on the previous table as well. So why is then the US dollar so important in the foreign exchange market? So still nowadays the US dollar tends to typically serve as a so-called vehicle currency. So very often, like here is an example that a bank wishing to sell Swiss francs to buy Israeli shekels, relatively or not that common pair of currencies. So in this example, then there would be first exchange to to sell Swiss francs for dollars and then exchange the dollars to buy Israeli shekels. So it's very often easier to first convert the currency to US dollars and then after make another transaction to convert the dollars to the whatever currency is required. And this is because there's a lot of this kind of transactions involving the US dollar, whereas it's relatively few transactions that require direct exchanges of Swiss francs for shekels. So in that sense, the US dollar is this kind of currency of other currencies are often exchanged. So it can be very useful that there exists this kind of global currency such as what the US dollar currently is serving that can be involved in a lot of like pairs of exchanges. So this is what the term vehicle currency refers to. So historically, why did the US dollar become such kind of globally traded currency? It might appear that European countries or Great Britain during its heydays of the British Empire would have established their currencies already earlier. But the reason for the US dollar's dominant position dates back to the Bretton Woods Agreement after the Second World War, when the US dollar was established as the world's reserve currency. So during that time, then US dollar was convertible to gold with certain guaranteed price. So that was still the time of the gold standard. And then during that time also these kind of immediately after the Second World War, the global trade was not so high volume as it is currently, and typically countries wanted to keep fixed exchange rates relative to the US dollar. So this kind of dominant position of the US dollar was established in this Bretton Woods Agreement. So the USA then ended this kind of convertibility to the US dollar in August 1971, and this also brought this Bretton Woods system to an end. So after this early 1970s, then most currencies became freely floating rather than having a fixed exchange rate. And when the USA abandoned this gold standard, then also there is the term fiat currency. So that then there's nothing really to back up the value of the US dollar. So then it became a fiat currency. So I will continue then in the next theme, talk more about the international monetary system and some advantages of this floating exchange rates. See you then.